Hi, it's Dee with Deesis Photography, and I'm doing another requested tutorial. This one is all about the eyes. It's a very close-up shot of my son. And people want to know how to make them more vibrant or make them pop. And the one thing about eyes is that you don't want to overdo them because they'll look like alien-like or they look just fake. So always be careful on overdoing them. And the best thing to do is start with eyes that have good catch lights. Like this one, he was sitting actually on my dryer, and the window you can see, and the catch light is right over here, and it was shining down here, so it had a nice little catch light in his eye. It's very important because you can add catch lights, but they will look fixed. It's really hard to get a good catch light if you don't already have the good lighting. So start with the image that has good lighting, good eyes, in focus, all that jazz. There we go. Okay. What I'm going to do is get a levels layer first. And this one I'm going to use the contrast to pop the eyes out. I'm going to go up to 30. That's my blacks. Go down to 35. That's my whites. And I'm going to pull my midtones up to 1.15, 1.2, right around there. Alright. So I'm just focusing on the eyes, and that just adds a little bit of contrast. It makes them a little bit more pop on there. Hit Control I, get a white brush, and brush that on just the eyes only. And see how at 100%, my brush is very high at 70. At 100% it looks kind of a little too bright, especially the whites. So what you want to do is go over here and adjust the opacity of this one down. Like, I like my eyes natural, so I like to go just a little bit of pop. There you go. And to get some colors in there, very much like how to get vivid colors, you can either go with hue saturation, and you can even go into each. Like, he's got blue eyes. You can bring him up. That's really alien-like. This will make it more saturated, as you can see as it goes higher. This will make it darker. This will make it lighter, like almost gray, and that goes to black. So if you want to be lighter and bluer, pull the blues up, pull that up, and then you can give in there. And don't pay attention to anything but the eyes. This is really, really blue, but I'm going to adjust the opacity down. Control I again. I'm just going to brush this on the pupil. There we go. That's really blue now. Super blue. And so we're going to adjust the opacity down again. You can even just adjust your brush opacity, but I didn't feel like messing with it, so it was at 70. So there's 2 steps to make it just a little bit more of a subtle pop in there. Oh, let me get a little bit closer. Well, there we go. And of course, this is a personal preference on how you want it. I don't, like, this had pretty good eyes to start with, so I didn't really want to adjust that too much. Especially, always watch those whites, because when those whites get too white, they look super unnatural. Another thing you can do, I do a lot of clicking, as you can tell, is go to brightness contrast, and you can bump up your contrast and even brighten them if you want here. And like I said, Control I, always Control I, inverts the layer, and then you go back and you brush that on. Deepen them and add a little bit of a pop, because I actually went too dark there. Okay. And then adjust that up, down. And the final thing that you can do to make your eyes a little bit more is to sharpen them. Also, you want to make sure, if you're getting on the skin, you gotta be careful, like I've got on the skin on a few of these. Just go get a black brush and brush right there along the line at the skin to make sure you're not messing with the skin too much. Alright, grab your background layer and duplicate it. Just grab it to where you create a new layer, it duplicates it. Then go to Filter, Other, high pass, around 3 to 5. I'm going to do 4.1. Trying to get an eye here. It's a little bit noisy, but that's alright. Okay. Change it to, you can do it to overlay. Linear light works also. Vivid light, all of them have a little bit different. I'm going to do vivid light. Get that layer mask on there, invert it. I forgot to say that if you hold Alt down while you click your layer mask, it already creates a new inverted layer instead of having to invert it yourself. Get your brush, brush it on just the eyes only. And that's so my brush is so high. Alright. So those are just 4 quick little steps to improve your eyes on there. And you can create that, make an action out of that, and then voila. Oops. Sorry if I keep messing with that, I keep hitting the wrong one. And then you can, like I said, I just grouped them all together, and you can actually create, or just reduce the group if you want. It's too much. And the reason why about the whites is because if you ever fix the eyes and you do a black and white, as you can see with this image, those whites were too bright. Because look how bright they look in this picture. There's a few things you can go back and change your opacity of that, not that one, this levels layer that affected the whites, or you can keep your opacity up and just go over here with that whites and pull it back down. Delete that. I'll say my actions, they just are quick ones, like work with the level adjustments, and they lose. Actually, that one also uses a different technique, which is a levels adjustment, but brushes really. So that was my 2 actions really quick on there. Brightens them up and adds some color. And then you could use my Sharpie action and sharpen them up. It's just the high pass filter really quick. There you go. And that's same, different type of techniques with my actions only. So if you own the actions, you can easily adjust your eyes that way. And then you can go in and tweak as needed. There you go. Alright, hope you all enjoyed that. Thanks.